Alright guys, welcome back to Tour It 2 for this classic Axis and Allies edition variant game between No Limit as the Axis powers and myself, Captain Jack, as the Allies. So this is Russia's round 2 turn. For production this round, they have 24 IPCs to spend, and they're going to be producing 8 more infantry units. So 8 more infantry units, so that will spend all 24 IPCs, so they won't have any left over for the next turn. All right, so for the combat for this round, we've got 2 infantry coming from Karelia into the Ukraine. 2 infantry coming from the Karelia into the Ukraine. And 2 fighters coming from Karelia as well. They'll have move in 1 space. They'll have 3 movements left in their fuel gauge. And they're taking on 1 German infantry division. All right, so for the dice roll for this, we've got 2 red die representing the 2 fighters, excuse me, the 2 infantry units from Russia. And we've got 1, well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to roll that separately. All right, so we've got 2 infantry, needing a 1 to eliminate the German infantry unit. It was a 6 and a 3. All right, so now I'll roll for the fighters. The 2 fighters attack at a 3, so we just need a 3 or less. And there was a 2, so a 2 and a 5. So the German infantry division has been eliminated. They do get to fire back, however. And here is their return fire. They defend at a 2 or less. And it was a 2. It was a 2. So unlike No Limits dice, which is never kind to me, it seems like, No Limit got a con roll here and eliminated a unit. So I'm kidding, No Limit. Anyway, so that will take care of the Ukraine. Sorry, I hope I mentioned that that the battle was going to take place in the Ukraine. That's where it was. And so 1 infantry division will be remaining. The 2 fighters will now return back to Karelia. All right. So we'll re-chip this out. All right, so USSR goes up from 24 to 27. The Germans go down from 36 to 33 for the Ukraine. Okay, so now the next battle will take place in Manchuria. We've got 3 infantry from Yakut, 1 tank, and 2 more infantry from the Soviet Far East going into Manchuria, going up against 1 lone Japanese infantry unit. I feel like I'm being set up here, but gotta do what you gotta do. So, for the 5 infantry, we'll roll 5 red die. They'll need to hit on 1. And there was a 1. There was a 3, a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 2. So they were able to hit with their 1. I didn't even have to roll for the tank. So the Japanese unit in Manchuria has been eliminated. The Japanese unit does get to fire back, however, rolling at a 2 or less. And it was a 5. So that infantry unit did not successfully did not get a hit successfully. So that'll take care of Manchuria. So the USSR will now go from 27 to 30. And Japan will go from 27 down to 24. All right. Let's put some markers in here. Make the map all pretty. All right, so next is non-combat. So, for non-combat movement, we've got the infantry unit in the Caucasus is going to move down into Persia. The 2 infantry in Russia is going to move down to Kazakh. And that will pretty much do it for non-combat for Russia. Placement of new units. All 8 infantry are going down in Karelia. So all 8 infantry in Karelia. So let me chip those out and I'll come back and do the unit recap. All right, so for unit recap, for the USSR, in the Ukraine, there's 1 infantry. In Persia, there's 1 infantry. In Kazakh, there's 2 infantry. In, oops, that wasn't supposed to be there. In Manchuria, there's 5 infantry and 1 tank. And for the big one in Karelia, there are 25 infantry, 3 tanks, and 2 fighters. Yes, 25 infantry, 3 tanks, and 2 fighters in Karelia. So, that will do it for this turn. Yeah, that will do it for this turn. So, that is Russia's round 2 turn. So next up will be Germany doing their round 2 turn. So, from the turret 2, Captain Jack, over and out.